Hello again, class. This week's Regents Prep is going to include another document set addressing the Reconstruction era, which we covered last week. So this document is a document set 2. Typically, this will appear as your second set of documents on your Regents exam. And I want to go over briefly the task, go over a couple of key points like we did in our last video, and then I will assign this to you to complete for Friday of this week. Again, you're going to read and analyze the following 2 documents, applying your social studies knowledge and skills to write a short essay of 2 or 3 paragraphs in which, again, you're going to have 2 tasks. Again, the first task here is going to be to describe the historical context surrounding the 2 documents. What connects the 2 documents? What is the connecting thread between the 2 documents presented? And then, unlike document 1 set, which we did last week, you are going to analyze, according to the instructions here, document 2. And in document 2, it is a political cartoon in this particular set. You're going to analyze document 2 and explain how audience, purpose, bias, or point of view affects the document's use as a reliable source of evidence. I've also included here for you the rubric for document set number 2. The rubric is at the end of the packet here, and if you pause this during the course of this lecture, you can see exactly what you need to do to strive for 5 on this. You need to, again, thoroughly develop both aspects of the task in depth by discussing the historical context surrounding these documents and explaining how audience purpose, bias, or point of view affects the use of document 2 as a reliable source of evidence. It needs to be more analytical than it does descriptive, and you need to integrate, again, relative outside information. Be sure to include relevant outside information and support the theme with many relevant facts and or examples from the documents. That is what you're going to be working on today. You're going to be working on audience, bias, purpose, or point of view. And just like we did last week on the first document set, in which I asked you to choose whether you were going to write about the relationship and the turning point, similarities or differences, or the third one escapes right now, but I want you to cause and effect, similarities or differences, or turning point. I want you to, again, choose one today for this week, and then when we see another set of documents, I'd like you to choose one of the other explanations. If you choose audience today, use purpose or bias or point of view next time. I want everybody kind of getting in a habit of answering these questions differently so we're competent as we go through the rest of the school year. We've got 2 documents. We'll look at them now briefly, and I'll let you pause as you need to as you go through. I'm not going to read this document, but I will tell you that this document, if you look at the sourcing information, it is from Great Debates in American History, and it was published in Civil Rights Part 2 in 1913 by Marion Mills Miller. I'm going to tell you that this is an interesting read. Again, it's going to focus on the period of Reconstruction that we discussed last week. It's going to key in specifically here on the Ku Klux Klan, which was born out of the South during the period of Reconstruction. The second document in the set is a political cartoon by Thomas Nast, which was published in Harper's Weekly. And without giving you too much information, it's got an image of an African-American family with a burning schoolhouse in the background here and a lynching here, and 2 groups, again, the White League and the KKK, that were born out of the era of Reconstruction. So I would like you to address the 2 bullet tasks following the rubric that we discussed. I will give you a hard copy in class this week, and this assignment will be due for Friday. Remember, strive for 5. Check the rubric to see what you need to include and all the bases you need to cover to score a 5. And submit this Friday. If you have any questions,